Hello.
They actually did it.
What's that?
They actually finally made rising tackle cool.
So
he
does
did it.
Spin. And then I was like, it still looks stupid.
It looks
and then
stupid.
I watched it again. I just watched it again. And the final key pose of him doing rising fang, he calls it rising fang in the air,
Fang.
is actually Buster Wolf upside
down. Yes, and he's got it's the dynamic aspect of he's got the fist punching. You've got the geyser popping out the back of the
and he's
enemy,
got his legs in that,
and the
leg.
The leg is in the twist,
but
so
he's bracing himself on the air above him.
Right. And so you took this stupid upside down leg sticking out like uppercut, and you made it so that it's a spin that ends in an impact that the counter revolution of the way he's spinning, your body stops it, and then the blast goes through you, and you made this dumb spin actually cool. I can't believe you saved it. Capcom saved the rising tackle.
Terry Bogard is coming to Street Fighter 6 on September 20 something, in just a month. And they showed. I read the PlayStation blog. I'm sure you did. And he has every move he has ever had.
Yeah,
he has everything from all variations of his things. He has rising tackle and power dunk. He has his dash shoulder. He's got
power tackle.
He's got power wave close, power wave far,
ground
and power
wave
anti-air.
Right. You've got the fucking line shift system.
So I saw people talking about that. I'm like, dude, he does line shift. I'm like, why does he do line shift? And I'm watching it. I'm like, he is jumping into the background because one of his target combos has a side swap built in. That's fucking crazy.
The line sway system is what set Fatal Fury and Real Bout back in the day apart, because you had the ability to jump into a background and then face and avoid attacks. And so they kind of simplified it into a dodge in some of the other SNK games, but now he does it in Street Fighter and completely makes Luke whiff, which is nuts. A complete evasion.
His animation on Rising Tackle is the same as it always was, but that animation's really stupid. So I went and took a look at it, and so that's his Shoryuken. It is a direct Shoryuken equivalent. It's pseudo invincible. It goes up at the same angle. But I'm like, the animation's so dumb that he crouches down and starts to tilt up, and that's the hit. He's still on the floor. Mm-hmm. Crouching. He hasn't even moved into the animation.
Yeah.
And that's what the strike.
That's what they.
Because Rising Tackle's stupid.
It's been that, right? But the flip upside down into the multi spin, was just always so dumb. And it's like they added that wind up and hit at the end, and it looks awesome. I can't believe it looks so cool. It's also
have you so his EX power wave will fucking carry you.
It carries you across, right? And then he can drive rush afterwards and get a pickup.
That's disgusting.
He puts the jacket on, and you get costume 2 looking incredible. And I'm gonna be costume 2 the whole time. The whole time. It's super sick. But his win pose is he does the hat toss, but first he does a power geyser where he's standing and lets it erupt around him as he tosses the hat off. Terry Bogard looks fucking awesome.
So I went and watched the Japanese trailer. Did you watch the Japanese trailer?
I didn't.
If you switch Terry to Japanese, come on. And he sounds just like he's always sounded with his terrible English.
Perfect.
But it's weird because the character in World Tour and during his win quote will still speak like normal, regular person Japanese.
Yeah.
All of his fight moves are all burn naku and shit.
And you know what, too, as well? Like, all the stuff with the close-ups and everything from the teaser, like, I was wondering about that, and it's like, when you see it in action here with the hat and with the hair, where, like, part of his face is obscured, his face looks fine. He's got a big nose. He's a big-nosed dude, and, like, he's always had part of his face obscured, you know, as a detail, and I think with the hat on, or with the hair kind of blocking as well, and you see him kind of like in a lot of those poses, I think it looks totally fine. In action, the way the jacket sways and everything on him, like all the secondary animation, looks fucking incredible, man. It's the best he's looked ever.
So I said this a little while ago, and it was when we talked about how he looked. And I said that the way we care about his model is going to depend entirely on how tilted his head down is.
That's it.
And how much of his hat covers his face. And I'm looking at him in his idol right now, and he is like got his head down, and a lot of his moves have his head turn away. And it's like he needs to have a big nose, or else his nose isn't readable in Street Fighter 6's like visual aesthetic.
Yeah, the profile photo, the render of him on the official website kind of shows you that same profile as well, and like it looks absolutely correct.
Like his eyes are almost never visible when he's doing his punches.
Yeah, so like he's coming into Metro City because they opened up a Pow Pow cafe, and you can see like
took a cab.
Exactly, you can see Blue Mary in the background. You can see Joe Higashi
there,
and I think you see Richard Meyer as well, like behind the bar. You know?
I mean, that makes sense, right? It's his cafe.
Yeah, he's hanging out, looking awesome. And
you know, I just realized he has unique animations for his two costumes.
Yes, because you see him put the jacket on when he jumps and lands.
The jacket up, assumingly, yeah.
Yes, like he's the
only character I think that has separate animations.
I think it's the same. I think it'll be the same movement, but like the accessory will just behave differently on him, whether it's hat or jacket. You know, and something as well that they've managed to solve, because his moveset has always been this like very ranged thing across all these games. Every character in Street Fighter 6 has a level 2 super that is a utility thing. It's not just a damaging super. It serves a specific purpose.
Like, listen, this one's going to go through fireballs because the level 1 doesn't go through fireballs.
It has multiple applications or so, right? And here, it's like, okay, we have a lot of moves to homage. We need to homage Buster Wolf. We have
like an enormous amount.
Yeah. So how do we do 2 for 1 here? So it's like, okay, you get Buster Wolf as his level 1, and then level 2, it's the triple geyser. But something I always loved, and I was talking about it recently because Capcom, because they just released SVC Chaos, which is the game where you have to manually input and you can change the timing of each of the follow-ups of the power geyser when you do 1, 2, 3, you know, or you can like hit it at different angles. And here they go, you spend it as your level 2 to get that first pop. Then you can use 3 drive bars to get a second one, or
if that hits,
and then you use your third bar to get all 3. So you can straight up like spend as you need to get
like,
1, 2, or 3.
Do you want like classic power geyser, which is the single pop, or do you want
twin
new
geyser
era power geyser, which is pop pop bow?
Yeah. Or you know, I don't know if the timing will be variable, but because in some games he had like the pop pop bow, and some he had boom boom boom. So either way, you get to spend your resources, and they're not going to send you into burnout to do it either. You know, they're switching from one cash out option to the other. So it's interesting to give them that, you know. And then brand new move for the level 3 that just looks fucking sick. And the thing is, what we probably saw there is the regular level 3 version, right? So the critical art.
Yeah, we never see the critical art in the trailer.
Yeah, what's that going to be? You know, like an even more crazy, desperate version of it? Like, do they block in midair and then he like forces his way through, or slams you back down to the ground?
I imagine they will somehow find like forbidden power to the way to get in there.
The punch slams you back to the ground, and then he drops on top into lost power. Yeah,
Lost power. That's it. Yeah.
Maybe. Find a way to homage the fucking Obari movies.
Just have the move. Just have the exact sequence. Because remember when he fights Mars and he flies up. Just have that sequence. The sequence right before Mars hits him with that beam.
Anything to homage those fucking anime movies. Whatever you can do, man. Yeah, so real happy with that. And, we're going to see as well how John World Tour learns from him and what his I imagine every one of his sentences is going to be just like a bunch of like characters and lore and whatnot being dropped. But yeah, is he going to be a deadbeat teacher? like with Rock, where it's like, okay, I'm on the couch most of the time, go get me some fucking pizza as my gift to get my relationship
hey, what are you doing in Metro City? Oh, I have a lot of credit card debt.
Yeah, looking for work, actually, if you could find any. Yeah, no, that's rad. Even they mentioned as well, like, you have like quick knuckle, so you have the full, like, when you use heavy, you get the full hands out burn.
It's
knuckle.
Almost like a Smash Brothers character, in that it's like, hey, are you holding the button? Here's a different one.
Medium is going to be the regular, where he doesn't do the hand extension, and then the 1-2 quick knuckle that's a real bout thing, So here you're getting a fusion of real bout Terry and Fatal Fury Terry, and a goddamn fucking return to the line sway system. I never thought that, like, it would be insane to have a character jump into the background and just stand there in a way where no one could touch them.
It makes sense that they put it into his target combo, because it's functionally the same as that you like phasing through to side swap.
Complete invincibility,
right,
is insane. But then again, if you think about how, like, Claw Vega was in shooting back in the day, jumping on the wall and crawling around
on the wall,
was
invincible and shit.
That's basically a line sway system, So yeah,
I'm running into the specific fighting game thing where every time a DLC character comes out, that's the character I want to play. Like, they've really nailed it, because like the starting cast for Street Fighter 6 is really strong. But then every time another one comes out, I'm like, oh man, Aki looks super good. Ed looks good. Oh, Akuma. And now I've been playing Bison nonstop, and I'm like, am I gonna just switch over to Terry? Like, I'm gonna see.
That's the right feeling, with each one being like, ooh, yeah, right, good shit.
I'm not gonna feel that way for Mai.
No,
I don't like playing as Mai.
The thing is I'm not going to feel that way, but it's going to depend for me on how much air mobility she gets. Because I love Mai when she has like 3 or 4 different dive kick variations.
Well, she has to have more than Jury and Kimberly.
Yes.
And they have a lot.
So the KOF 11 Mai that gets the dive, and then the butt diagonal, and then the straight down knee cross up, and like every possible angle, and then off the wall as well. That's the shit I want. If I can move like that, then yeah, I'm all about it.
Oh, and we got to see Mai's second costume for Street Fighter 6 today.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah, I guess indirectly. So that's the other bit, is you get the Mai Shiranui trailer for City of the Wolves. So she's basically like wearing like a leather outfit that is not the Falcon design I expected, but is actually looks more like the spy girl from Maximum Impact, it's with the kind of open shirt and stuff. And they very quickly went, by the way, the old costume's there. Don't worry. Don't get mad. We still have the classic costume. But yeah, it's her with the updated look now, which I guess makes sense given, like, Andy got a newer look and such, and we're seeing a Billy Kane too, which he's one where I'm like, I don't hate it, but the bandana is so like crucial, and the new Billy Kane look as well. I kind of feel I'm like it give me a bandana variation of that. You know, the outfit can change, but him in a suit or not, whatever the case is, the bandana is the part that looks cool. They also, so yeah, they showed off Terry. There was the Mai release, and then at the end of that, they showed a thing that was like special edition. So the base game is going to have 17 characters, and then the first season pass will have an extra 5. So 22 total, and it seems like they're launching the base and DLC season 1 together, but they're calling it special edition. It's confusing. It's really weird because there's no base.
We'll figure it out when it comes out.
Yeah, but anyway, so like the only version of the game you can get is the special edition, which comes with that season or whatever. But yeah, 22 is a pretty good starting roster count. You know, I feel
looking at you 2XKO.
Or
22's pretty good.
Or Hunter, Nen Impact. You know, it's not a team game though, right? 22 on a 1v1 is quite that's good. Quite good. That's quite solid. Custom colors is fucking crazy because we used to get that back in the old days on the Dreamcast fighting games. You'd be able to color your own CVS costumes and
just
shit.
Make the ugliest fucking piece of shit ever. It's a
texture
legitimate
changes.
Advantage. It's part of the game.
But it's like instead of selling colors, I like that they're like, nah, just make it like we used to do, right? They've always been really nice about that. So CVS 1 allowed you to go in and customize your colors, and you were stuck with whatever the set palette was. If someone's like nose highlight is the same as their socks, then too bad. You're gonna have to deal with it. But
I'm giving you the tool that we used to fucking make it
to make the game ourselves. Exactly right. KOF 13 had a really smart one because it actually isolated each limb and let you individually texture it so that you can do all that cool shit that makes the sprites appear like lit by the fire and pyro and stuff going off in the game. So you can do these cool things like make Raiden look like he's wearing a full Venom outfit, or make it look like he's fucking topless and, you know, jumping around. You can have characters that have sleeves, have their sleeveless versions and things like that. So yeah, in this case, it's like here you can see them putting textures on. Create your own DLC costumes. Why the fuck not? You know, Tekken has a bunch of customization like that as well too. So yeah, I think that's a really fun feature to drop in there and not have an extra charge for. I guess we're gonna be seeing not just Mai but Elena as well in 6 eventually, and it like that character is gonna be made or make or break depending on what level healing is. You know, if healing is in fact a level 3 or CA version, and it's just like the CA version is like I'm back to 40%.
You know what it should be? It should be a CA that does a hit. Like it goes into a super combo animation and does damage, and at the end of it in animation, she heals up back to, I think you said 40%. I think.
Okay.
She doesn't gain past 40%, but she'll heal from wherever she's at to 40%.
And then when she's about to die, does she get it again?
Yeah, she does.
Like
the critical art version just heals her to full.
Oh my god! So just make it Gil Resurrection then. Why even bother?
Yeah,
you know. At least you can hit him out of that fucking thing. God. Yeah, it'll be that entire character is gonna live or die on what they do with healing.